Tonight, gun or stage prop? A Hammond High School senior gets suspended for bringing this BB gun to school, a gun he says a teacher asked him to bring in for a school play. Also tonight, spending millions of dollars on a new welcome center near Alex Bay leaves a bad taste in the mouths of residents who just want clean drinking water at a better price. And filling a Watertown City Council seat now that a sitting lawmaker moves to the State Assembly.
You're watching the North Country's news station. 7 News this evening starts now. Live from downtown Watertown, here's Jeff Cole.
Good evening. Protest at Hammond Central Schools. It's about a suspension over a BB gun or a stage prop. It depends on how you look at it. Here's 7 News reporter Keith Benman.
This video shows a state trooper called to Hammond High Monday for a student silent protest. On Tuesday, students wore hashtag #LetSammyJoeGo t-shirts. It all started with this non-functional air gun. Samuel and his parents were invited to a hearing before the school superintendent Tuesday. They say it did nothing to allay their fears. Keith Benman, 7 News.
Finishing touches are being made to a multi-million-dollar New York State North Country Welcome Center. It is located in Collins Landing, just off I-81 North. Construction started in March. The money is from the state budget. So as the state spends millions of dollars on that Welcome Center, it leaves a bad taste in the mouths of nearby residents who want clean drinking water at a better price. Here's 7 News reporter Natalie Kutchko.
In the town of Orleans, just off Seaway Avenue, crews are busy building a new water line. Residents have anticipated the new system after several years of contaminated water, which all started after a salt pile was left at the Department of Transportation site and eroded. We tried reaching out to Governor Cuomo's office, and they were unavailable for comment.
To politics now, the day after Election Day. Too close to call in the race for Ogdensburg City Judge. 19 votes separate the incumbent Republican Gary Alford and Democratic challenger Marshall LeMay. Mark Walczyk's huge win for the 116th State Assembly District seat last night has us asking today, what's next? Here's 7 News reporter Aaron Bischoff.
The day after winning a big election, Mark Walczyk is answering a lot of text messages and phone calls from family, friends, and supporters. Walczyk will be sworn in as Assemblyman in January.
Walczyk's win means a new city council member in Watertown will have to be appointed, and that person will have a voice come January. So how does that process go? Here's 7 News reporter Alex Valverde.
Watertown City Council member Mark Walczyk wins the assembly seat for the 116th district. The appointed member who takes over Mark Walczyk's seat will stay on council through 2019. Now, in November of that year, there will be an election where he or she can choose to run for a full term along with other interested candidates. Alex Valverde, 7 News.
Everyone thinks the turnout for Tuesday's midterm election was heavy in the North Country. So 7 News reporter Genevieve DiNatale compared Tuesday's election turnout to those in years past to see just how big it really was.
The turnout today has been a lot heavier than we've had in similar elections. We have had, on the average, 40 people per hour.
As it turns out, voter turnout was higher in the North Country than the last midterm election in 2014.
Still to come here on 7 News on Military Matters tonight. My sit-down interview with the Commanding General of the 10th Mon Division. He explains why winning the peace in Iraq will be more difficult than winning the war. And we'll learn why these flags are being flown in Croghan for the fallen.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News this evening with Jeff Cole. Tonight's weather with John Kubis. And your North Country sports with Mel Bussler.
Tonight on Military Matters. When you think of Iraq, what comes to mind? Destruction, poverty, a lost cause? Fresh off a deployment to that country, the Commanding General of the 10th Mon Division says it's quite the opposite. We begin our 2-part story tonight with Major General Walter Pyatt.
I would assume most people would think that it's a violent place and that nobody there wants peace, that everywhere you go it's extremely dangerous and it's very difficult. That's not the Iraq that I know.
General Pyatt's opinion on Iraq is written out for anyone to read. However, this Commanding General had a unique chance to share his view with the Commander-in-Chief, President Trump. General Pyatt arrived home from Iraq just days before Trump's visit to Fort Drum in August.
He asked me about Iraq, and I said the same thing. Sir, we won the fight. We've got to stay committed to winning a peace.
Tomorrow night, pockets of peace in Iraq. What that looks like, what the general has seen, and how the 10th Mountain Division sacrifices helped achieve peace over the course of 15 years of war.